Well, hey everybody, it's Paul. Welcome again to the balcony here. I just have my morning coffee and I just want to share with you guys some thoughts. I've been hearing so much about electric vehicles, specifically electric trucks. And I just bought a 2022 Ram 2500 with the Cummins diesel. And hearing all this stuff about electric trucks and that's going to be the wave of the future, and at first it kind of makes you bad, like second guess your choice. Why did you go with the diesel? So I thought I'd dive into a little bit on electric trucks, specifically the one that gets mentioned so much is the Ford 150, the Lightning. There was a bunch of different articles I was reading, but I wanted to go with one that had a good, well-known name, So I was looking at, this is from Motor Trend, and this is from July 31st, 2022. Now they are testing, as they say, a top shelf $92,669 platinum trim. Has the best battery, the best tow, everything. It's top of the line. That's a lot of money. That's a lot more. That's a third more than mine. I got mine for like 60 grand. This is 90 grand. Jeez. So I thought I would just discuss this article a little. It's called Tow No, the Ford F-150 Lightning struggled in our towing test. They towed a 3,000, 5,000, and 7,000 pound trailer with it. And they say, before you hitch an Airstream to your electric truck, set out to circumnavigate the country, you need to understand this. With the largest available battery pack, the largest, the best battery pack, right? A fully charged 2022 Ford F-150 Lightning electric truck has less energy on board than a regular F-150 with 4 gallons of gas. Let that sink in. It has less energy fully charged than a combustion engine with 4 gallons of gas. Yikes. They go on further. Consider how far a combustion-powered F-150 would tow at max capacity on 4 gallons of regular unleaded. 35 miles, maybe 40 if you drive slowly. Now you understand where you're starting from with the electric truck. I'm going to Virginia and back, pulling our trailer, and I guess with the trailer and everything, it's probably usually about 5,000 to 6,000 pounds total if it's fully jam-packed with furniture. So they go very in depth about the tests that they're doing. They're trying to target 70 miles an hour. They had a set route that they took the 3 different weighted trailers on. Now it's interesting to note, without towing, the EPA, our government, says the F-150 Lightning Platinum is good for 300 miles. That's just like with the driver on board. And that's a mix of city and highway. 300 miles. Now, when they tested it, Motor Trend tested it, they got 255 miles with just a driver. Sorry, that's the leaves that are falling. So I'll just read here. It says, we had been warned to expect a range to be cut in half when towing, but the effect of towing these travel trailers proved even more significant. With the smallest and lightest trailer, we measured a range of just 115 miles. That figure fell to 100 miles with the middleweight camper, and it sank to a mere 90 miles with the 7,200 pound trailer on. 90 miles? Even with the lightest, 115 miles? You better plan on roughly 100 miles pulling a trailer. How's that going to work? It's not going to work for a guy like me. Now, I've never owned an electric vehicle. I don't have a dog in the fight. I wish they could burn water or something, that would be great. But to recharge, from what I read on the internet, to recharge from a level 1 charger. Now, a level 1 charger is charging off 120 volt. To go from fully discharged to charged, 64 hours. But I mean, most people aren't going to do that. They would probably do a level 2 charger, which is, I think, the double voltage 240. That is 12 to 14 hours to get fully recharged. I mean, I go with my Cummins. I set off in the morning. It's about a 10-hour drive without stops. We usually stop. A lot of pie stops, a lot of stretching, food breaks. You know, it takes me no more than 12 hours. And that includes refueling. We go to the truck stops because we're pulling a trailer and we're burning diesel. And they have those high flow. I mean, it fills the tank in literally a minute or two. It's just like, they are the ones that, you know, guys are filling semis with. Their high flow, and they really fill fast. So we can be on the road and out of there in almost no time. Now, their fast charge, it's called a DC fast charger. You can go from being down 15% battery up to 80% battery in 45 minutes. 45 minutes? I mean, it's going to take a comfortable 1-day trip and make it literally into, I don't know, 2 to 3 days? I mean, if you're going to have to stop, basically 500 miles, I'm going to have to stop 5 times because they were getting 100 miles at fully charged. This is only bringing it up to 80% in 45 minutes. I mean, I could see it doing once, maybe, if you want to eat and kill some time. It's almost like, well, I guess the technology, it's limited by the physics of the thing and the technology at this point in time. But it's really going to put a crimp in people that enjoy RVing, I would think. So I guess I'm just asking you, what's your opinion? Are we ready for electric vehicles? I mean, I understand it's great for if you live in town and you work in town and it's a 5, 10, 15-minute drive to work and back or work, that's great. But if you happen to be an RVer, let me know. You know, do you like your travel trailer? Do you like going around seeing the country? People here, the big thing is, you know, you get your travel trailer and you go on up north somewheres. I mean, when you look on the roads, there's an awful lot of these travel trailers, and I'm just thinking, how in the world is that going to work? How's it going to work for all the guys just pulling their utility trailers like me, guys like me? I mean, I think we ought to have a choice. That's the only thing. I know they're talking, like in California, they're going to ban the sale of fossil fuel type of engines for that. 10 years or whatever it's going to be. It's like, wow. But then I saw where, because of the dry conditions and the power and such, they were doing rolling blackouts because they didn't want to start forest fires, or they were telling people, don't charge your vehicles at night, you know, because of the strain on the grid. It's like, what are you supposed to, you need, basically, it sounds like you need 12 to 14 hours of charging. When I was driving to my job, it was an hour each way. It was an hour to go see my mom. I don't know. It's crazy times, I gotta be honest. It's crazy, absolutely. But I will say, right now, I'm glad I got my diesel, even though diesel costs are up right now. At least I can, if I have a mind to go somewhere, I still can do it if I'm willing to pay the price. And that's another thing. I don't know how much cheaper the electric is if everybody starts using electric. But I suppose those are questions for people that are a lot smarter than me to figure out. I don't know. I hear people saying that, they've got the bean counters and the pencil pushers and the smarter people figured this all out. They've sat down and maybe they have, but I don't know if they've really sat down and figured this thing about as far as towing anything out. Anyways, that's enough about what I think. What do you guys think? I'm always interested to hear your opinions. Let me know in the comments what your thoughts are. And as always, I appreciate you guys stopping by and spending a few minutes with the old guy here on a beautiful day in Michigan still. The latest report I've heard, they're still talking about the end of October for the house. They haven't pushed that back yet again. They've got the cabinets in and they're starting to do the flooring, so they got a little over a month, say. It'll be interesting. We'll see what happens. So as always, till next time, we'll see yous.